My name is Tej Tucker. Most people know me as Tej. I'm 23 years old and I'm the head of commercial and media at Walton Hersham FC.
I'm Claudio Scanella, 23 years old, and I am the director of football at Walton Hersham FC.
Yeah, so I'm Jack, I'm the chairman at Walton. That's my official title.
I'm Thomas Bradbury, I'm 23 and I'm the head of club development at Walton Hersham. George, who's not here today, he does a lot of the sort of stats stuff as well. So he's our statistician within the group.
So in 2019, myself and 5 other friends took over a non-league club that was failing at the time.
Yeah, when Claudio messaged me, I thought it was an absolute joke. I mean, I thought it was like a pro clubs team on FIFA. You know, at school, Claudio was always a bit of a joker. And yeah, because of that, I wasn't really sure if it was going to happen, if it was true.
He basically, in fact, he did actually add me to the initial group. They dropped out, so he just messaged me privately and just asked if I'd be interested. To be honest, I'd never heard of the club. I didn't really know much about non-league either.
And at first I thought it was a complete joke, so I actually ended up leaving that chat because I thought this is so ridiculous. And then a month later, this might have been like March or something, I actually kind of saw like, hang on, this is legit, this is actually real.
And welcome to Wembley for the 70th.
So actually the greatest moment in the Swans' history is probably the FA Amateur Cup final at Wembley in 1973 in front of 51,000 fans. It was Walton Hersham against Slough Town, and this is the official programme from that day. So you can see the old Wembley there with the 2 arches. It was very hard to win, very, very hard to win. And actually the Swans won last minute because of a Roger Connell goal. I think it must have been the 86th minute. And through that, yeah, the Swans, a bit of heritage, a bit of history, and the trophy to bring home. Yeah, so this is actually the first programme we made as an ownership. In the programme, we actually kind of introduced what we all do. It was just nice to kind of properly introduce ourselves to the fans, because obviously until that point, a lot of them would have been very sceptical. But I think that day we won 2-1, and I think it proved we were committed to the club.
So we are a university student project on work experience, for fuck's sake. I mean, essentially at the time that was kind of true-ish. Like we were, well, most of us were at university. We were all 19.
It wasn't a work experience project, that's for sure. You know, we were very serious about the long term, even back then. But I can understand why the fans weren't happy. You know, when a bunch of 19-year-olds take over your club, you're going to think the worst.
There were only maybe 30, 40 fans who were still very interested in it, and it was mixed. Some people were quite excited because ultimately the club could not have been in a worse situation. That's why they gave it to a group of 19-year-olds. So the choice for the club was either go out of business and fold or give it to us.
But you won't see me at a Walton game again. Nice to see the new owners really know how to get fans back on their side. Fuck them.
So we had to do everything in such a short space of time, which included changing the badge because the old badge was really old. We wanted a new badge for a new era. We needed to change the kits, we needed to change the website, all these things.
We did make the mistake of not really consulting the fans. Now I think that was our biggest mistake in the ownership of the club because the fans are so crucial. And since then we've been really, really careful to put the fans at the heart of what we want to do.
I guarantee you that this person has been back for a game. I can guarantee you.
On the plus side, I expect shed loads of communication. I'll ensure they all fail if they don't. Update and dynamic website, social media, and a real buzz about the club. If we start off well and win some games, people will keep coming back, regardless of what division we are in. You know, that seems pretty prophetic about how the club's gone since then, you know.
I think that's one thing that we're most proud of, to have 1 million TikTok followers, and not just to have the followers, but to be able to get hundreds of thousands of views every single week, because the 1 million followers doesn't mean much if you're not getting many views. But our views are really high, there's a lot of interest in the club.
So I'm going live now.
Yeah.
How old are you? I'm 23. I'm 23. We are in Division 8. What time is the match going to be in New York time? I'm I did really bad in geography. Opinion on pineapple on pizza? No, not pineapple. How do you finance owning a football club? With a lot of stress, Lucy, with a lot of stress. Sign Mbappe. Yep. Yeah, we could do. I don't know whose place he'd take. Where's everyone watching from? What countries are we all watching from? Ireland, Australia, Sweden.
Je m'appelle Jean-Baptiste Borotra, j'ai 29 ans et j'habite à Saint-Pierre-et-Miquelon. Je suis tombé sur eux un jour sur TikTok et j'ai vu que c'était des jeunes qui étaient propriétaires du club et ça m'a intrigué. Du coup, j'ai un peu fouillé et ils ont un peu réalisé un rêve de fan de foot, c'est-à-dire posséder un club. J'ai décidé de les soutenir, quoi.
The Stoke will batter you this weekend. Listen, you might. I mean, I hope you're coming to the game. It should be a good one. So good luck to everyone involved. All right, I'll see you guys. Make sure you watch the vlog, follow us on Instagram, and then see you on Saturday.
Yeah, the energy levels are very similar, whereas I've seen they're not don't interfere in the football side of things, which again, people might sort of put two and two together and think it's like they're trying to play football manager or something. It's just not the case. Yeah, I couldn't be happier with it. Me and Kolaj knew each other through a previous club where I was coaching and Kolaj was a young player. I happened to see his father in a local chip shop. He just said, would you be available to come and help us, like for next season? And yeah, I just wrote my phone number on a fish and chip wrapper, and yeah, not too long after, I got a call from Kolaj about coming and meeting the guys, him and the rest of the owners, and the local chip shop was definitely a factor. This coming Saturday, obviously, is a bit of a situation where Basingstoke have the point lead over us, so you know, technically speaking, you could say they don't have to win the game. We do.
PJ with a lovely cross.
Kelly! Oh!
The game here for Walton Hersham. As we've seen him score so many times before from this spot. Harry Mills.
And he doing them a world of good. John back post.
My advice for anyone looking to take over a football club or be more involved in a football club or do something similar to us, you have to put a lot of effort in and you have to be prepared for how much work it takes to really run a football club. It's a full-time job, even though it's a non-league team.
To any French people watching, first of all, I'd say bonjour. And then I'd say, yeah, there's a lot to think about when it comes to running a football club.
yeah, make sure you do it with friends. Don't do it business associates, I guess.
My first thought of advice would be don't do it. But secondly, if you did really want to do it, just make sure that you don't quit at the first hurdle, because it is hard when you first start out. It gets really hard at the start, and then if you keep doing the right things and keep persisting, it gets easier.